What's going on, guys? It's Nula here. And now that it's all said and done, let's react to the ending of Wano. First, get your popcorn ready and make sure you hit that like button and subscribe because this is gonna be a long video. So get your popcorn. I'm gonna wait. I got mine already, so I'll wait on you. All right, you got that? All right. So now you got your popcorn ready. Um, let's react or let's review and react to the ending of Wano as we know it. We've been in Wano for a long time, guys. So here we are at the ending of Wano, and I think the biggest thing to take away is that we're at the end of this arc with not one emperor of the sea, but two emperors of the Emperor of the Seas that are defeated, that are pretty much have been removed. I mean, if they are still alive, indeed, if they are still alive, which there could be a strong possibility that both Big Mom and Kaido survives, and somehow they may be captured by the Navy. They are still alive, then that would tip the scales, the balance of what One Piece should be as they move forward, because we could possibly see another entry of Big Mom and Kaido again, which would be terrible for the worst generation. Or maybe it wouldn't be. It looks like both these two emperors, if they survive that battle between Luffy, Kid, Law, they're both going to have to do some rebuilding, because pretty much Onigashima is destroyed, lifted out of the sea by Kaido, but dropped by Luffy, and pretty much Whole Cake Island is pretty much being ran through by German 66 without the presence of her sweet generals and Big Mom. I mean, it's only so much Katakuri can do. He only can be in one place at once. It's not like Dragon Ball Z, where he can use instant transmission and just be everywhere all over the place, or use a shadow clone jutsu. So both these Emperor of the Seas, if they are alive, are going to have to rebuild in some sort of fashion if they're not captured by the Navy. And that's still a strong possibility that they are captured by the Navy, because guess what? We do know the Navy do have a submarine division. So they may just drop down and actually give them in. And we don't know how long it'll take Big Mom to actually die, because she's pulled so much life from people. We don't know how long it may take her. She may be down there drowning repeatedly. Let's think about one of her pros and the pros and cons of the Soso fruit. So she has the ability to take life away from others, but she has to use it in some fashion. So she animates things and bring things to life. So what if she don't have anything to animate down there at the bottom of the sea? So she's going to be drained, pretty much drained through her life force. And what's going to happen? So she may not make it. Kaido, on the other hand, he was plunged into the core, or some core that was boiling, but he's also a dragon. We don't know if that is going to even melt him, because this guy was able to turn supernova as a dragon. So we don't know what much is that going to do about. But like I said, guys, this is going to be a long video because there's so much to unwrap. We haven't even got to the pirate Luffy's crew. But let's go to Luffy's crew. Starting off, first things first. Let's talk about Zoro. Zoro had so much character development during this arc, and I absolutely loved it. We saw Sanji get his character development during Whole Cake Island, and now it was kind of Zoro's chance. But we learned, and here's where I'm kind of sitting a little indifferent about Zoro in Wano. We know Zoro is a powerful character. We know Zoro, if he had to, Zoro wanted to, he could be the Straw Hats captain. I mean, now granted, he don't know how to control or use his Conqueror's Hakis like Luffy, but this guy is actually using Conqueror's Haki, just using brute force attacks. And we know Luffy's brute force attacks doesn't compare anything to what Zoro can do just using brute force strength. However, Luffy is strong. Now, don't kid me. I'm not kidding you. When we're talking about Zoro and Luffy, we're talking about, talent versus, talent versus strength. Zoro is the much more talented character, in my opinion. Luffy is pretty much he's all brute force strength right now. At this point, we know that Zoro can use certain abilities and certain things that he can do, but he just have not channeled his inner conquers yet. And there may be a reason why, because if he does, then we're gonna be looking at this. All right, are we gonna be looking at mutiny from Zoro? Well, Zoro has said many times, Zoro is sure of himself. Luffy, if you any point in time you ever come up short, I may have to take over as the captain of Straw Hats. And he's told Luffy that, and Luffy's like, I agree with you. If you can never beat my ass, hey, you can have the title of captain of the Straw Hat Pirates. So Zoro is still that character. Zoro is still that dude. But one thing that I disliked is that there was no character development of Zoro's past. We don't know where he's at currently, because we know that he fought King. We know for a fact that he was able to reopen the scar that Odin put on Kaido. And like I said, this is Zoro without using any Congress Haki, or he don't even know how to use it yet. This is Enema actually doing all the work for him, just drawing out his Haki abilities and basically putting it onto Kaido, laying it down onto Kaido. Another thing is, why haven't we seen Zoro become? I feel like there's something else Zoro has to offer other than being the Straw Hats vice captain. I think I would love to see Zoro take a moment to shine and become the guy we know he can be. I don't think he's there yet. However, he has fought plenty of strong characters, and we hardly ever see Zoro lose. Zoro has not lost a match since his first encounter with Mihawk, way back before they hit the new world. And I'm talking about the first 100 episodes. Zoro has not lost a match since then, and it kind of makes you wonder. When Luffy takes on the task of the strongest, taking on the task of the strongest person each time. I would like to see what Zoro can do against strongest. We know, well, we've seen what happened with Kaido. Kaido was just a different level of Conquer Haki user, infused Hakis mixed with all sorts of techniques and skills. This guy had observation Haki, and at this point, I used to think that Sanji was going to be the leading person with that talent of using observation Haki, but obviously it's going to be Luffy. Luffy is taking the crown at this point, and what we have now is we have a Sanji who is he's making his Latin exoskeleton. So he is pretty much a cyborg, or actual cyborg, or real cyborg. We got General Frankie, but he made himself into a cyborg. Sanji is actually a real life, a human being slash cyborg. This guy has exoskeleton, so this guy he can bend and shift and be okay with it. So we're looking at a trio with Sanji, Zoro, and Luffy, who beat Kaido, Queen, and King. And let's be honest, guys. One thing, and that leads me to this point. Let's talk about the Beast Pirates, the Animal King, the Pirates, King of Beasts, Kaido himself, and his captains, his vice captains. One of the things that I want to bring attention to is Guilty. Why she got so much screen time? I felt like she got so much screen time after looking back, after it's all said and done. I felt like she got way too much screen time. Page 1, way too much screen time. Dinosaurs, all right, cool. We want to see dinosaurs. Hey, let's see more of X Drake. I don't mind seeing X Drake and Sanji, because we saw that battle between him and Sanji. Or was that page 1? Actually, page 1. But I just think we've seen too much of these characters that had no significant impact to the story. What does UT have to offer, to the story? Looking back in One Note, nobody has not mentioned her name or page 1's name in their episode chapters. Queen. I think, now don't get me wrong, we have not seen the last battle between Sanji. It has not been animated. But the battle between Queen and Sanji, even in the manga, It was hard fought, hard fought battle, but I can't wait to wait to that see that wait to see that get animated because that's also gonna leave that's gonna be another thing, another mark on the legacy of One Piece, especially when they animate these main bosses between the monster trio, and you can see we already know that this is a spoiler, so we already know that Luffy is going to lose at least once. Luffy is using Conqueror's Haki, but we all know that Kaido is going to bounce back. He's going to like, okay, yeah, then it's time for me to get serious. Kaido hasn't even got serious yet, guys. So there's just that much more left to go in the story. And now let's keep going down the crew. Chopper. Chopper is one of my favorite characters. This guy is the comedic relief. He's the heart of the Straw Hat Pirates, to me, in my opinion. Without Chopper, Chopper is the emotional. He's the emotion behind everything that happens. Like Chopper's always crying. He's always happy. He loves his crew. This is Chopper's family because he's been with them. You know, they brought him from the island where he was raised by the doctor. So this is going to be interesting to see how what Chopper is. I think Chopper's just going to stay stagnant. Which I don't mind. I love the way Chopper's character is. I love the way he's scripted. I love it. Chopper doesn't need to be anything more or less than what he is right now. But one thing that I do have concerns with, real concern with, is Robin. Robin, I think Yuti had more screen time than Robin. Nami. Nami's abilities, I tell you what, if she can't do one thing, she can create knots on her crew's heads. And that says a lot because these are some strong people. You're talking about a Skeleton and Brook, talking about Luffy. No, I don't think she ever hit Sanji because Sanji's out catering to her. Doing whatever he does. But you're talking about that's all she could do. Like as far as character development, her attacks, or now she does have some strong attacks using the weather, which ultimately I do like about Nami. So that I don't have an issue with Nami. I just would like to see her become involved more in the planning, in strategic planning of some of these battles that goes on, because we all know Nami has a lot to offer other than besides being a navigator, the thief. What about reconnaissance? She doesn't. When the last time we seen Nami do reconnaissance? We haven't. She's very swift on her feet. She's quick on her feet. I would like to see Nami get up there on par to being a Pirate King's navigator. We need to see these guys continue to grow. Jinbei. I love Jinbei. Keep it going, Jinbei. Former warlord of the sea, the captain of former captain of the Sun's Pirates. So I have no issue with Jinbei at this point. Jinbei is Jinbei. Strong. We seen what he did against one of the guys, one of Kaido's vice sub captains. But we know that he can. We know Jinbei can scrap. Ultimately, Jinbei can scrap, and he's not scared. And ultimately, Brook. I mean, Usopp. Yeah. Other than him coming back with the man-eating plants, we have not seen him develop key sniping ability. We know it's there because we even got a glimpse of it in Dressrosa, where he was so far away he had to observation haki to figure out where exactly this person was so he can hit them. So why we went through 2 years of Usopp not developing any of his long range skills, and you're talking about Shanks' crew. We made Luffy Emperor of the Sea because he does have a grand fleet behind him. He does have the grand, but his crew, I still think, lacks the abilities of what some of his people in his grand fleet have. Like Usopp is not the greatest sniper yet. Hopefully, he does become one of the greatest snipers by the end of One Piece, because if he isn't, then it would just go to show you how much left was on the table. There's a lot being left on the table, and I think that if Oda does not go back and make sure he hit these points, there's going to be a lot of upset people by the time on One Piece. I'm gonna say that out right now, and I don't think that I don't even think that it's Oda's fault because this guy is a genius and he's thinking of ways to entertain us because he all know that I'm sure One Piece is just as dear to him as it is to us. This guy's been writing it since before it was even published. This was a thought that he had, and he just started going with it. And now, it's his baby. This is something that he grew up with. This is something that he writes, and we just kind of like fell into the mix of reading and watching the anime. And I think that there will be a lot left on the table because, like I said, Usopp is supposed to be. I just don't see him developing into that character that I want to see him be. Like as far as hockey, observation hockey, I haven't seen it. It's kind of hard to say that Luffy is the emperor of the sea and he only got two people to fight with him. Like Sanji and Zoro are not. I mean, together those three probably can take on an army, but together those three cannot take on multiple armies. And I'm talking about the Navy admirals. You got Fujitora, Green Bull, Akane, Marcelini. I don't think they can. I don't think Sanji, Luffy, and Zoro are capable of taking on all four of those right now by themselves. They can't. So we need somebody else who's going to be that person who's going to be able to come in. And we know Jinbei cannot take on an admiral. We've seen this at the Impel Down. We know it's not happening. So especially if he doesn't have water around, he needs water because water is fights. And with Yamato not joining the crew, that brings us back to where we are when we first enter. Because Mono hasn't got. I mean, Luffy has developed, Sanji has developed, Zoro has developed, but we still have another six people who are pretty much stagnant. You- So where do we go from here? We got the Poneglyph. They got the Poneglyph. Luffy's crew, the Straw Hats got the Poneglyph, and he actually gave it to Law and Kid as well, or they gave it to Law and Kid as well. Um, so where do we go from here? Because it feels like wherever we're going from here is definitely going to be good. Like it's going to be. I feel like One Piece is going to be wrapped, but maybe not. Maybe there will be a spinoff like Naruto. You remember when Naruto came out, then Naruto Shippuden came out, and the same way with Bleach. Bleach took X amount of years to finally come out with the Blood Wars, 1,000 Year Blood Wars. So I could definitely see a spinoff to One Piece. And Luffy's, don't get me wrong, this is another thing that kind of really doesn't feel right. Luffy's is doing all this in 2 years. So now, mind you, it's been 25 years since One Piece been out. The One Piece has been published for 25 years. I'm talking about manga, animes. One Piece has been out for 25 years, and there's only been a 2 year time skip. So Luffy's actually 19. He's not even 20, 31. I would like to see a much older Luffy. I don't know if y'all don't. I don't know if y'all want to, but I would like to see a much older, mature Luffy on the seas. You don't have to be like Whitebeard. Yeah. You don't have to be Whitebeard. He could be either Luffy, but just a much older, mature Luffy who can pretty much go wherever he wants in the world, which he does anyway. But I want him. I want to see people like him go back to the archipelago island and just sit there and like, yeah, I own this. I wish somebody would try to come and capture me. Type of move, kind of like Riley. They like Rayleigh. Rayleigh, they don't even mess with Rayleigh. They know Rayleigh is on that island, but they don't really care that he's there because they know that if they try to go and capture him, it's gonna be a massacre. Like between them and Rayleigh, there's gonna be casualties. Even though they may capture Rayleigh, but at what cost? At what will it cost? That's why they don't go. That's why the Navy don't go directly for a Big Mom, directly for a Big Kaido, directly for Shanks, directly for Whitebeard. Because at what cost? No. But now with Fujitora and the new guys, Green Bull, they want to go balls to the walls and go get these pirates, no matter what the cost, what measure, what the casualties are. So we're gonna see. It's gonna be interesting to see where this One Piece goes from here because, like I said, two emperors down, Big Mom and the Kaido are down. Got three of the supernovas, $3 billion bounties, and Zoro's bounty, which we still don't know. It hasn't been officially released. Sanji's bounty hasn't been officially released. And this is all after they've defeated two Emperor of the Seas. Why don't we know their bounties? That fulfillment. And I know it's coming. Oda, this is something that Oda is probably like, he was like, yeah, I gotta figure out a more creative way to introduce the bounties of the monster tree. Because if you think about it, if Luffy's bounty is 3 billion, 3 billion berries, Sanji's and Zoro's have to be at least a billion. They took down Queen and King, both billion berry bounties. So they have to be at least on par with those two as far as vice captains. They did it. So I would like to see more of the wanted posters. Where can we go and get that information? I don't know, guys. If you know where we can go get that information, if it's already been disseminated, let me know. Leave a comment down below and with the reference so that I can know because I haven't seen it. I'm still looking for it. The only thing I know is about kids, laws, and Luffy's bounties. And 3 billion pieces, which I still disagree with because there is no way a law and a kid we have not even seen use hockey. They beat Big Mom purely off their devil fruit. Now unless they're using hockey, and we know one thing for sure that law has skills that will outdo your hockey any day. Now with kid's a little different. Kid is brute force. Hockey will destroy that. Brute force against hockey is no match. Brute force combined with hockey and conquers hockey. Now that's next level. That's Goldie Rogers level. But I would love to see what's going to happen from here on out because, like I said, I think there's still a lot of things that were missed that could have been nailed home. But Yamato not wanting to join the Straw Hats, which is fine with me because Yamato is a conqueror in her own. Like she thinks she's golden, and that could be an issue down the line because Whitebeard had to pretty much whip Odin into shape and let him know, hey, I'm the captain of this ship, and could see another thing possibly similar with Luffy, but we know Yamato is a loving kind person, so she's not the one who's going to be insubordinate to Luffy. We know that for a fact. I don't know, guys. What you guys tell me what y'all think about the Wano arc. That's what I think about the Wano arc. I think there's still a lot of missed opportunities. We still don't know what the hell Momonosuke's mom. We don't know anything about her. Anything like it's like she was mentioned. Okay, yeah, she was Odin's wife. Came from the Void Century. She jumped to the future. It's a lot of missed opportunities, and I'm assuming, like we all know Odin. Odin likes to bring things all the way around. If he does this, if he somehow does this, and he's waiting to the end, the very end, to bring everything into 360, we're going to have one of those episodes, or the last 7 or so episodes we're going to be wild, and we're going to be super excited because we're not even going to be excited, but we're going to be surprised, first of all, that he was able to keep all this connected through thousands 1,000 episodes. How long? How much longer is this? Oh, One Piece. How many more episodes? How many more chapters? I don't know. It's up to Oda. I don't know. But like I said, guys, that's what I think about. This is my review of Wano. Sure, there's many more other things that I did not mention, but I think these were some of the key things that I thought that I wanted to be addressed that were not. But this is the end of Wano. Chapters curtains are closed. Next couple weeks or next week, we're gonna enter the last phase of One Piece as we know it. So, like I said, guys, leave a comment in the section below. Make sure you hit that like button. So, thank you guys for watching.